First of all, I want to say big congratulations to Katana and Monashi. Katana and Monashi, two people behind this whole program and helping you guys, the youth, to do this. I think my Project USA has come to a point where we can just celebrate that how many more youth this summer we have empowered with the leadership and everything. And now that we are about to be toward the end of this summit, which I'm so impressed and so proud of each one of you for speaking today and doing the panel and all the other things you guys have done, I want to talk about the power in you. And it's a very important topic if you think about it. So I want to really unpack this. What does it mean? First and foremost is about you. Now that you guys have been, many of you have been in our youth leadership program for all these weeks. You learned so much. You learned from so many different professionals who worked with you. You did this about climate justice and gun violence and everything. But most importantly, I hope that you found out that who you are. You learned a little bit more about yourself. You learned about, oh, I can do this too. Oh, I can do that too, right? So when you think about that, I want you to think about, first and foremost, think about who are you? We as individuals are made by so many different factors, like our race, our ethnicity, our family, our neighborhood, our high school, then our college later on, where we work, where we go. So in your stage, whoever you are in this room right now, whoever you are, wherever you are, think about who are you? Who are you? In your circumstances, refugee, immigrant, single, married, high school student, college students, with your family, with an adopted family, with somebody else, whoever, this is who you are, you. And then we have to understand what is power. So what is power? How do you define power? Power is an ability to do something. An action, then normally it will refer in a certain way. Everything has power. You guys understand? Wind has power. Water has power. Everything has power. We know that one of the law of physics is to every action there is a reaction, and that reaction is same, equal, right? So what does it mean is that if you drop a box, it will have if there is an action, there is a reaction to it. It feels it, you see it, things bounce back, right? So when we know all of that, we have to think about how does this power change the world? And for that we have to understand power. So when we talk about power, I'm a Muslim. So in Holy Quran, God mentions the power of horses, horsepower. And horses were used to win the battles for all kind of different things, but especially they are mentioned in battles. And in today's world, even for nuclear bomb, the power is the quantity, how they measure it is horsepower. They say horsepower of an atom bomb. So when I think about it, I thought about it, you know what? Power could be wild. There are wild horses out there. Right? They can destroy things. They won't get you what you want to do. There is wind out there, but when you put them in windmill, they produce electricity. Right? Do you know what I'm talking about? Have you seen those big windmills and you are driving on highways and you see it? The water has the same thing. When you harness it in a certain way, it produces electricity and it can run so many different things. So things have power, but you have to harness them in a certain way. You have to apply a certain skill. You have to put them God has given you so many different things. That is your power. Even if you are living in the worst neighborhood or in the best neighborhood, that's your power, that's your privilege. And sometimes you feel like, what is my privilege? Yes, I'm living in a very rundown neighborhood, like many of you are. You know what is your privilege? 10 years from now, 15 years from now, when you will be a state rep, you will be a city council member, you will be running, you will be some legislator, some policy maker. Your power will be the knowledge and the experience that you have when you are living in this neighborhood today. So all of this is your different things can be harnessed in a different way. But you know what? There has to be a program, an intention, and willingness to harness that power and become and get the outcome you want. Just like a windmill, get the wind and turn it into electricity. So all of that you have out there, how do you harness it? How do you make sure that you get the outcome? So I have a few different things that I want to share with you guys. Number one thing is that choice. What do you choose for yourself? Choice is very, very important factor. Because being a Muslim, I believe that God has created us and then He gave us the will. Choose, choice. You can choose whatever you want to be. What faith you want to practice, what you want to eat, what you don't want to eat, what you want to consume, who you want to marry, who you want to love, all of this, so many choices. The same thing when we are talking about your power in you right now, in the decisions you will make for your life, you have to think about, what do I want to be? I want each one of you to imagine, who do you want to be? How do you want to change the world? Because each one of you will change the world, good or bad. You may be not intentional. You will make a life changes impact on your family. You will make an impact on your mother's life. You will make impact on your neighbor's life. You will do it. It could be good or bad. So here, we are talking about how do we make sure that we make the right impact? How do we harness this power, this energy in me and put it on the right track? So there are things that you have to really, really think about. So number one thing is definitely education. You guys, my high schoolers, my college people, you guys, make sure that you are not left behind in your education. It's so important. It is so important. And here, the group you are with, all of these wonderful people who are helping you, they are making sure that you get everything that you need to pass your grades to get to the next level, right? So with that, education, number one thing, you have to get yourself educated. Get to a point where people can see your degree is important. Don't think that it is not important. For you to be advocating, you need something that you can show. Network and social circle. Who are you sitting with? Where are you going? Who is your social circle? You sit with people, doctors, lawyers, professionals, or people who are going for younger people going in pre-law, pre-med, all those people, you will be on that track. You sit with people who think that there is no need of any of that, you will be that. You sit with people who are smoking, you will smoke. You sit with people who are doing computer coding, you will start computer coding. Your social circle makes the difference on you. So definitely choose wisely. Choose wisely. Opportunities. You have opportunities in your community. How are you harnessing? How you are availing those opportunities? Are you just, I'm not going. People are telling you, your dad is telling you, your mom is telling you, your friends are telling you, your school counselors are telling you, and you're like, okay, so what? I don't want to be. Nobody is losing. You are losing. You go, nobody is winning, you're winning. It's your choice. Choose wisely. You have opportunities, these opportunities will not last, people. they will not last. You have to choose how you want to use them. Commitment. You have to commit. Commit to yourself. Don't be upset about the things that go against you. Don't be sad about, your family members, the drama, the politics in your family, the neighborhood fight, the violence. Sometimes maybe your dad is not listening to you, your mom is not the ideal person, whoever, whatever. Yes, they do impact you, but as I told you, if you will survive this time, this experience will be your power. Because then you will know, oh, this kid I'm having today is going through what I went through when I was a kid. And I'm going to be this person's advocate. Does it make sense what I'm saying? That's how. Try to find positivity in the negative for your mental health, for your growth, for going forward. So you can find your power that is in you and you harness it in the right direction. Next up, I want to talk about sacrifices. You have to sacrifice if you want to be somebody. So we have soccer players here, right? We have soccer coaches in the room. What happened with you guys? You have to sacrifice a lot of time. You have to do practice, right? Athletes cannot eat so many things. Different things they can. They have to exercise. They have to go out, commit, right? They have to run. There are singers who can't eat certain food because their voice will be lost. They can't sing. So their managers tell them, they're models who cannot eat fast food because they will lose their body shape and they won't be good models, right? Everybody sacrifice. Their moms who will stay up all night if they have commitment to raising their children in a certain way, right? So everybody, whoever wants to be somewhere, they sacrifice. So sacrifice is very important. You have to commit, and then for that commitment, you want to give 2 hours to gun violence issue. You want to do activism or something, and on those 2 hours, there is a movie night. Your friends are meeting for movies. There's something else going on, and you say no. This is how people become doctors. This is how people become lawyers. They commit. They skip family functions. They skip so many things, and then 5 years later, 10 years later, they become surgeons. Successful surgeons. Then they start making 600, 700, whatever, thousands of dollars. And then we are jealous with them. And we say, oh, this doctor is making so much money. We forget that there was 10 years and they really worked like donkeys. Like so much. Non-stop. And then they are at the point where they are making so much money. Are you guys following me? So sacrifice is a must. And the last thing in that whole thing, but this is not least. This is very important, guys. Take it very seriously. Whatever you do, hard work, hours of studies, commitment, running for your soccer, not eating certain things, whatever you do, you can do all of that. But still, there is one thing more that you have to do before that. You might not come to the point where you will feel, oh, I achieved my goal. You have to be patient and you have to pray. You have to look into, and whoever you pray, if you're Muslim, there are certain things, you're Christian, you're Jewish, whoever you are. The power of prayer is just amazing. It helps you. It keeps you going. Being a Muslim, we in our traditions are told to stay up at night, in early morning hours, before dawn. If you want to achieve something big in your life, connect to God at that time, and we do. Many of us, we do. We wake up 3 o'clock in the morning and we make wudu, we clean ourselves and we stand up and pray. Because that time the whole world is sleeping and we connect to our God. And I'm sure every faith tradition has something like that, how you connect to your God. But that connection helps us, big time. So what did I say about how do you find the power in you? How do you harness your power? By education, by network and the social circle, who you choose, who you want to be, the opportunities that around you and you avail them, the commitment, your commitment that you are committed that I want to be somebody, and then you really do that. And sacrifice you will make to be that committed. And then we talked about patience and prayer. And with that, all of that, you will focus. You will have a plan for you. You will harness your energy in a certain way. Once you do that, then you will see that you can really harness your powers. You can turn your pain into purpose. You lost your friend, you lost your brother to gun violence. You lost your parents to something else. You have some other problems, you have a struggle in your studies. You wanted to be a doctor, you couldn't go into medical school. Whatever is your challenge. Then, when you put yourself in a plan and commit it and be intentional about it, then you will see the change. And then you will see that you can turn your passion into some outcome, some tangible results that you want to see. And that's where you can really organize yourself and you can say, oh, we want to address gun violence, which was the topic of today's summit. Or we want to do something about the climate justice, because that is the death and life issue for my generation. I need to study, I need to finish my education, I need to do this, and at the same time I have to advocate for climate justice. I have to advocate against gun violence. How do I do it? I have to organize. So what I wanted to achieve in this, talk with you guys is that the people you see around you, you might be impressed with them. You might be saying, oh, they are so successful, oh, they are somebody, oh, they have big house, or they are millionaire, or they are this, or they are that. Whoever they all have gone through this sacrifice, commitment, and getting there, all of that hardship they had to do to be somebody. And each one of you could be there. And I believe in you guys. You guys are awesome people, each one of you. You guys have that energy. You guys have that, will. I see it in your eyes. I see in your eyes that you can commit. I see in your eyes that you can change the world. And you are surrounded by amazing people, the youth directors, the program manager, your school, your counselor, the organization leaders, even right now in this room you have. You have the right people around you. Just make sure that you don't miss the opportunity to get benefit from their presence in your life. Use their help to harness the power that is in you and put your power in a certain way that it gives you the energy that you need, the fuel that you need to get to the station that you want to be at. And look for where you want to be in 10 years. Plan for it. Next 5 years, I want you to start planning for the next 10 years. And that's how you will reach somewhere. Every year, I do that plan. I'm 54-year-old, and I think since I was 17 or 18-year-old, every year in the month of Ramadan, one night I sit down and I write the plan for me for my next year. What I want to do, where I want to be in family life, in personal life, in social life, in my education, and money-wise, how much I want to earn and how much I want to spend, all of that. And when I do it, then I pray to God. And when I pray to God, He helps me. I do commit it myself. I work hard. I stay up night if I'm behind. I do all of that, and then I see the fruit of my labor, and then I can go to the next step. And I'm hoping that you guys will do the same thing, all of you. Girls and boys in this room, I'm so inspired by you guys. You are my leader, you are my present, you are my future. And I believe in your power. And I know you will do the best and you will make the world a better place today and tomorrow. Thank you so very much, guys.